Hi, my name is Brene Bradley. I'm an inspirational speaker and workshop facilitator focusing on building healthy relationships. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about dating black men. Dating black men in some ways is a lot like dating any other man, but there are some unique things about dating an African American man that are based on our history in this country. I don't want to go into a lot of all that background. I just want to talk about some of the things that you can do to ensure or help ensure a healthy relationship. The first thing I want to say is get to know the man for who he really is. And in order to do that, it's going to take time. So before you invest emotionally into a relationship, you want to take it slow so that you can find out as much about him before you are emotionally connected to him. Your first few months in a relationship are really, you're just dealing with the surface things. What does he say to you that you like? How does he make you feel? Your judgment is really kind of cloudy in those first few months. But after 6 months or so, you can be a little bit more objective. And then you want to begin to see as clearly as possible, what is this man really, really about? What are some of the things that might not be so good that you need to know about as soon as possible? How does he feel about the women he's had relationships with in the past? Does he only talk about the negative? Does he only talk about what they did? Or does he balance that out with maybe some of what he did and really being objective about what worked in the relationships and what didn't work? How does he feel about the women in his family, his mother, his sisters, aunts? In general, does he talk in a balanced way about women, or does he always kind of have something negative and critical to say about women? That just might give you insight into what he feels about females in general. And eventually, even though he may not feel that way about you at the beginning, over time, he may develop those same kinds of feelings about you. So you want to make sure you get to know him better. The next thing I'd like to mention to you is finding out about the man and his background, his credit, does he have a lot of debt? How is he in terms of being a good father if he already has children? Does he pay his child support? And I mean, that sounds like you're being really technical, but those things are really important to find out. And not only does he pay child support, does he spend any time with his children? There's really no reason for you to think that he would be a good father for your children if he's not a good father to the children he already has. Yes, I know situations are different and sometimes baby mama drama interferes, but a man who takes the time and makes the effort to have a relationship with his children is a special man. The next thing I'd like to say is make sure that you are supportive of him. To be honest, black men have a real hard time in this world, even a harder time than black women in a lot of cases. So you want to be his cheerleader. You want to be the person who supports him. You want to be the person that he can come to and always get an encouraging word. You don't want to nag and complain and whine all the time. Nobody really wants to hear that. Of course, you can be honest, you can be real, you can be upfront. But remember to balance that with being a supportive, positive person. It's very important in a relationship with a black man. Next, I'd like to say that you really have to make sure that you demand to be treated like the queen that you are. Now, I say demand, and I don't mean that in a domineering way. I just mean that you can't let someone treat you in a way that you don't want to be treated. You can't put up with excuses all the time. You can't put up with a lot of lying about where he is and what he's doing, because if that starts in the relationship, trust me, it will continue into the marriage, or it will just continue throughout the relationship. So if you find out that he's not an honest person, if you find out that he likes to dabble with a lot of different women, just assume that that's the person that he is. And if you're looking for a long-term relationship, believe me, you will not be able to change who he is. The person that he shows you is the person that he is. And you have to accept that at face value. Remember, being in a relationship is really an investment in your future. And I mean that seriously, because everything that that man brings into your relationship, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, becomes a part of your life. So you have to be much more discerning than maybe you want to be. You have to be sometimes a little more critical in determining what's the kind of behavior you want to be a part of your life or not. Because remember, Only you can determine the kind of man that you want to be, your knight in shining armor for the rest of your life. My name is Brene Bradley. I have a women's website, mysisterfriends.net. That's mysisterfriends.net. Join the conversation. We have interactive discussions, we have articles on various subjects, and we'd love for you to join us. Take care. See you next time.